Please, if there are shortfalls, bear with us. We will make up a united, prosperous Nigeria. It's within our reach. Thank you. God bless you.
Tinubu.
You all heard that. Is Tinubu, Bola Tinubu of Nigeria, begging the military not to remove him? What goes around comes around. Hello, I am Mahlet Ayele, your host at Connect Africa, bringing you the latest from the continent. Now, this time we are in Nigeria. Bola Tinubu made that speech on the Jubilee, celebration or anniversary of the military or the defense force of Nigeria, literally begging, the military, saying that if we have problems or if we make mistakes, please bear with us, be patient. Be patient from doing what? Be patient from removing me. Be patient from committing a coup. A coup like what? A coup like the Sahel state, what he has been fearing. We all say that here when, they come and ban sanction Niger back in July 2023 because of the revolution, what happened there. We say all those countries in the member of ECOWAS who are threatening Niger in military intervention, they all are, power corrupted. Bola Tinubu came to power with a fraud election result. We know what kind of leader is Togo. I mean, they all are served there. Even, in fact, I'm going to pin it here for you, the video here. It says, dictators at home, but democracy restorers outside, or in Africa. That was what they were trying to do. They all are dictators, the third termers, the fourth termers in their countries. But then they come and tell Niger, you have to restore democracy. You have to bring back the ousted presidents. That's what they have been trying to say. Because we also say that in that analysis, that because they fear those countries who were threatening Niger in military intervention, because they fear that what kind of sentiment there is amongst their people or the nations that they govern, so that, if they remove them, the people or the military remove them, then they want also the West to come and rescue them if they now serve for the West. That was what is happening. Now, look, they know exactly what's coming to their way. Now, this is what Bola Tinubu make a speech in front of the military, literally begging them not to commit a coup against him. That's what's happening. Now, why Bola Tinubu, besides the fraud election, why this could be a possibility? Because there's a lot of unsatisfaction, with what he's doing besides the fraud election result. In fact, most Niger people say that he's a joke. It is the worst that happened to Nigeria. And even previously, his predecessor, what was his name? Buhari, he was also considered as the worst. But now, Bola Tinubu, the saying is that Bola Tinubu is making Buhari as a saint. That's what is, what is said. Now, I want to invite you, to listen to this, how the man is analyzing what Bola Tinubu is doing in Nigeria. And I will let the comment for you. What's your reaction? Please share your view in the comment section. Okay.
Begging soldiers to have patience, that they are on top of the issues and working on a prosperous country. This happened at the Diamond Jubilee of the Nigerian Defense Academy in Kaduna. He also urged them to shun actions that could truncate democracy. How long will Nigerians, not just military men, continue to bear while things continue to get worse? In a moment, we will see the differences in the price of food just from Monday last week to Saturday. Tinubu also talked about actions that could truncate democracy. Does that include rigging elections, overturning the popular votes in River State? Up till this day, results published on the INEC IREV says that Labour Party won River State, but the same INEC announced APC as the winner, and the courts turned a blind eye. So this isn't democracy. If you don't follow the rules that govern democracy, they shouldn't be begging people who might want to restore democracy not to remove them from power. People who subverted the will of the people during elections already committed a political coup against the people. So begging the military not to remove him from power is an admittance that he is watching his shadows. He is afraid of something. They say clear conscience fears no accusation. What they did during the presidential election led to many Nigerians openly calling for a military coup to stop his inauguration. That was the first time Nigerians had to call military men to come and remove someone or stop someone from being inaugurated because of the massive fraud. So the calls then was for political reasons. After the courts upheld all the illegality they committed, and he's been there for 8 months, many are now calling for his removal mainly for economic reasons because they've seen his woeful performance. As bad as Buhari was in handling the economy, Tinubu actually makes Buhari a cent. There's no country in the world that can survive what he's doing to Nigeria. Imagine waking up in the United States to find out that petrol price per gallon has tripled. People in the United States can help explain what will happen in that scenario. It's not just the United States, every country. If the price of a very important energy source like petrol triples overnight, there will be serious problems and there will be consequences, political, economic, everything. In fact, no empathetic leader with a human face will do that. It will always be a phased increase so as to reduce the impact on the economy. And Nigeria's case is a special one because petrol and diesel are used to power industries because of the shortages and epileptic power supply in the country. Politicians failed to maintain refineries. They also failed to build new ones over the years. Now, Nigerians are paying for their failures. So Tinubu cannot, after crashing the naira to its knees, turn around and start begging Nigerians to endure the sufferings that come with it. While politicians live in luxury, most of them have never bought petrol with their own money over the years. Nigerians have never seen the naira exchange for 1,000 naira to a dollar, not to talk of 1,500 naira that is going for now. How can these people be watching millions of Nigerians suffer and stubbornly refuse to reverse failed policies? Nigerians should not be paying for the incompetence or inefficiency of the ruling class. Coming back to soldiers, he's begging not to remove him from office. Many are not happy. This one here spent 1 year in the front lines and he can't even get back to his home to see his family because the transportation cost is higher than his monthly salary. It leads to one question. Isn't the military command supposed to pay for deployment and redeployment? Why should a soldier pay to transport himself to the theater? The high command is supposed to move all soldiers in transport planes to the theater. Anyway, there are serious administrative issues in the military. That's why before any military coup can take place, the young soldiers who are suffering the most will need to first of all mutiny against their superiors. This is the major problem, not division like many think. Anyway, a military takeover will make the situation worse. Look at Nigeria's history. Never been a proper revolution by the military. They always come to make things worse because their motivation for taking over power has always been to enrich themselves, with the exception of the first military coup. So like politicians who rig elections and buy their way to power, People have seen that they have nothing to offer except suffering, hardship, and corruption. Likewise, the military, who strike because they want to be in charge of the looting, not to stop it. So there are two sides of the same coin. What will save Nigeria is a proper people's revolution that will ultimately reset Nigeria and put it on the path of progress. Look at all great countries. They've all had revolutions in the past. So Nigeria is ripe for one. Now, let's look at how food inflation is hitting Nigerians hard in many markets across the country. Credit to Punch newspapers, they conducted this market survey and published it today. As you can see, a 50 kg bag of rice is now 77,000 naira. That's more than 10,000 naira increase within the same week. In fact, on Thursday, it was sold for 68,000 naira. Early last week, it was going for between 63 and 65,000 naira. We published the price earlier in the week. Garri has gone from 2,000 naira early in the week to 2,500 naira. This is a record. A small paint bucket of garri has never ever been sold for this amount before. A bag of beans is going for over 100,000 naira in some markets. So you get the picture. Food is the most important thing to many Nigerians right now because the price is hitting the roof. And after buying all the food, how are you going to cook it? Cooking gas isn't left out of the massive inflation Nigerians are facing right now. LPG is almost 15,000 naira to fill up a 12.5 kg cylinder. That's about 1,200 a kilogram. Why has it become very expensive? Despite Nigeria sitting on 206 trillion cubic feet of gas, Nigeria has more gas than crude oil. The reason is simple. Because of the float of the naira, which caused the naira to lose a lot of value. Most investments in gas plants and pipelines in Nigeria are priced and paid for in dollars. The companies that build them brought in foreign money, so as such, the gas is sold in dollars so that they can recover their investment. So local gas operators are having problems buying dollars at 1,500 naira to a dollar in order to pay for the gas. So you can see how Tinubu is inflicting suffering and hardship on Nigerians just because he wants to earn more revenue or please the international financial institutions who he intends to continue obtaining loans from. They are somehow part of the conditions. They didn't think very hard about all this. They didn't consider the chain reaction before deciding to float the naira. Now, the Minister of Power is proposing a law that will mandate naira payments for domestic gas supply. That will definitely not affect old contracts because they've already been signed and sealed. Are they going to raise capital from local lenders for new gas projects, which will be paid for in naira? Who will lend them the money? How can they predict the value of naira when it will be repaid? If they ever get the loans, it will be coming with massive interest to cover unpredictables. So there's a lot of work to do, and they should have done them before implementing these policies. Think of it like putting the cart before the horse. Many people that are close to power are now openly condemning the policies that they are not working. Can they clear the mess they created? They are already showing signs of confusion very early in the day. Thanks for watching.
Well, fam, you have seen how mess it is administration of Bola Tinibu in Nigeria from, grains, foods, the LPG gas, the fuel subsidies and everything. It's really, really messy. That's only there. All those policy changes to harm the majority of Nigerians, but only to fatten or to increase more benefit of the Bola Tinubu's administration and his officials. That's the only people it's going to benefit. Well, I will leave it to you. Credit to the net media. It has tremendously has looked at the various things that has been, affected under his watch, under Bola Tinubu's watch, under, the administration of Bola Tinubu. Please, share your view in the comment section. What do you think of any other things that went wrong under Bola Tinubu's administration, or is there anything actually that is good? And I want to hear it from Nigerians. This one, is there anything that is good, that came with Bola Tinubu? Forget the, the election, the fraud election result, but is there anything that you like? Is there anything that you say, oh, actually, he did this and that for the country, which is good? Let us know in the comment section, both sides, whether it's a negative or a positive. Again, thanks for tuning in. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Give it thumbs up if you like what we bring you here. And please share the video with others. It helps our YouTube algorithm. And please donate to our YouTube channel. It will help us to be here more often. You will find it, our PayPal account, in the description section. I'll also pin it in the comment section. That was it for me. It's a ciao for me for now, and I'll see you.